Global warming, a problem that most of us believe to be true and also a possible looming threat to the human race. But I'm here to tell you that is completely false. Everyone believes that oil and man are causing global warming. They don't even question it, and they're not even aware. They're not even aware that the whole thing has been debunked. This summer, the U.S. has experienced the fewest number of 100-degree readings in the century. The 5 hottest summers in 1936, 1934, 1954, 1980, and 1930 all occurred with CO2 levels below 350 parts per million, says Stephen Goodard from Real Science. 4 of these summers were before the number one cause of global warming, SUVs, fossil fuel burning vehicles. Now, Al Gore made a big deal a couple years ago about the fact that CO2 levels have now gone past 400 parts per million that year, indicating that heat waves and carbon dioxide have nothing to do with each other. I'm telling you that those scientists who claim otherwise are just lying, or they are dangerously incompetent. There is no warming, and there hasn't been for 22 years. They sum it up to, well, there's volcanoes and other factors. It's just a temporary interruption. But the only thing that you really need to know is that these people are out warning us of global warming. It's a very bad thing. It's going to forever change the earth. It might swallow up entire coastlines and islands. It's a very bad thing to these people. So any news that isn't happening should be greeted with happiness, right? It isn't. Why not? Why do people not want to hear good news that we will not be obliterated by our own greenhouse gas emissions? The answer may be that they do not want to believe that our science may be corrupted.
Do you think global warming is real or a hoax?
Oh, it's real, for sure. We've got the data's there for anyone to look at. And the rise in air temperature, which is the sort of thing that a lot of people focus on, it's not the only indicator of change. In fact, the better indicator of change is what's happening in oceans, because most of the globe is covered with oceans. And our records clearly show that the upper ocean is heating up.
Why has the temperature gone up?
Why has the temperature gone up?
Yeah.
Well, because the carbon dioxide is what we call a greenhouse gas. It's a heat-trapping gas. And it's only one of a number that are heat-trapping gases. For example, water vapor is a greenhouse gas, and in fact, water vapor is the single most important greenhouse gas. But by adding carbon dioxide to the atmosphere, we increase this heat-trapping ability of the atmosphere. And so the climate must warm.
How would the pollution affect the future?
Yeah, well, we do have to get a handle on this. We are headed for a warmer world. There's really no going back right now because we haven't even caught up, as they say, with the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere today. And for a long time coming, no matter what we do, we're going to be dependent on fossil fuels for quite a while. And so we're going to have to get used to a warmer world. So we have to adapt. But we do have to get a handle on it before it gets out of hand.
Do you think there are any solutions to global warming?
Oh, sure. The solutions are, the obvious solution, of course, is that we have to reduce our carbon dioxide emissions. Now, saying that is one thing. Doing it is entirely another thing. And the number one thing that we can do to make an impact is conservation.
Are we going to have another ice age? And if so, when is it going to happen?
Well, it turns out if you look at these cycles, we're slated, or we're scheduled to go back into another ice age about 20,000 years from now. Okay, so that's a long ways out. It's not going to help us. Pretty much at this point here, we are in control of the Earth's future. We're in control of the climate now.
Is ethanol a good solution?
Right now, ethanol, as is being produced now through corn like that, no, is not a solution.
Do you think that electric cars help global warming?
They do, certainly, in terms of, we do, burn gasoline, okay? Now, the thing is, it's not as clean as some people think, because you've still got to produce the electricity, of course, to charge the batteries in the car.
Mr. Cerise had only a few mistakes in the statement. One was the lack of evidence. He did not take anyone else's statements into account. He also didn't back up any of his information with facts or any relative studies or research that was conducted by other scientists. He had basically stated his own mainstream opinion that global warming is real and really bad.